సో నా వాయిస్ వినపడుతుందండి? ఎనీవన్ కెన్ యూ?
Yes, Ram. Able to hear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fine, fine, fine. So in the last session, we discussed about Maven, Nexus, and also Sona, right? Yeah, today we are going to discuss about CICD project only. So CICD project you can configure today. So what is CICD? How can we configure CICD project? How can we deploy the applications on Tomcat? How can we configure the application on Tomcat? So what is the process we follow and integrations? How can we integrate? Right? So this will all be discussed today. CICD project. So look at my screen, everyone. So these are the prerequisites. These are the prerequisites to start with the simple CICD. Right? So prerequisites. So very first thing we required GitHub account. We need GitHub account, simple Java project, and AWS account required, and Jenkins server required, Maven Git installation required, Tomcat also required, right? So we already having a GitHub account, right? And HTML code is available. So even Java also available. AWS account is available. Jenkins server is available. Git and Maven installation also available, right? So only this is required. This Tomcat server is required, right? These are all available, right? Yeah. Now look at my screen, everyone. Developer develop the code in their local Git, local workspace. 3 developers are working on. So these 3 developers are working on their local systems, local laptop or desktops, right? Developer A and developer B and developer C, both, yeah, these 3 developers are working on their local Git, right? Once development is completed, they push the code to a remote repository, so which is GitHub, right? So the code is pushed to remote repository, right? So once the code is moved to GitHub, so our next tool is Jenkins. Jenkins is the CI/CD tool. So Jenkins is the CI/CD tool, right? In DevOps, we have multiple tools are there, right? In DevOps, we have multiple tools are there. All the tools are individual tools. One tool will not communicate other tool. Here, Jenkins is the mediator tool. It will integrate all the tools, it will communicate all the tools by installing plugins, right? So Jenkins is the mediator. Jenkins is the mediator tool, right? Yeah. So here in Jenkins, what we will do? So first of all, we integrate all the tools with the Jenkins by installing plugins, right? So after that, we prepare the jobs. We trigger the jobs. We trigger the jobs. We prepare the jobs and we trigger the jobs. So once we trigger the job, this code will be pulled from GitHub to Jenkins, right? So whatever the code we pull from GitHub to Jenkins, which is a raw code we cannot directly deploy onto respect to target servers, right? This will not be allowed by Tomcat server or application server. So that is why what we will do, we can integrate one more tool, which is Maven. Maven is a build tool. Maven is a build tool, right? Which generates artifacts. Maven is a build tool which generates artifacts. Artifact is a archive file. So binary file, tar file, jar file, ER file, right? So Maven generates artifacts. Artifact is a archive file, binary file. So that artifact give back to Jenkins. Jenkins push that artifact to respective application server. Here we deploy the war file, right? This we discussed multiple times, right? So today we implement this. Practically, we can work on this. Practically, So whatever the code developed by developers in the local Git, right? So whatever the code developed by developers in local Git, right? So this code we can deploy onto respect to Tomcat server, right? So that we can perform. Practically, we can work on this. We can configure this. We can integrate all the tools with the Jenkins, right? Fine. Now, first of all, what we will do, so we can go and start our Jenkins. And create a job. Yeah, go to settings here. Go to settings. Now what we can do, we can add the URL. Latest IP we can add into the Jenkins for to fix this issue, right? Slowness issue. Copy this URL. Right. Now, so click on new item. So now we can create the job CICD project. So here, freestyle you can select here. Okay. Go down here, select Git. So give the GitHub repository URL here. We can use the simple web app. Go down here, go down. Add build step, invoke top level maven target, select maven latest version, goals, clean, install, package, apply, save. You could here. So now I want to trigger the job. The job is running or not properly. Build now. Now the job is success. Job is success. Okay, fine. Now we already having a GitHub account, AWS account, Jenkins is available. So Maven also available, right? So now we require Tomcat. We require Tomcat server, right? So for which what we can do, we can go back to the console, AWS console, and we can take a Ubuntu server, launch instance here. Now tomcat server, select Ubuntu latest one, 24.04, P3 micro, key pair. We can use this key pair, default key pair. Security group, I want to use multi-CP, 8 GB storage, one instance, launch instance. Now the instance is launching here. Yeah, so once the instance is ready, yeah, the Tomcat is in running state, right? So connect this server, copy the address here. Now go to downloads. Open in terminal. Now paste here. Give yes. Sudo space -i. Hostname. We can give Tomcat server. Execute bash. Okay, fine. Now what we can do here. So apt get update space -y. First we need to update internal repository. First we need to update the internal repository. Now very first thing here is Tomcat required Java. And first we need to install Java. Apt get install openjdk -8 star space -y. So now the Java is installing. Yeah. So Java is installed. Now, so very first thing we need to download the Tomcat into our Ubuntu server, right? So go to browser. Now download Apache Tomcat. Search here. Click on this first URL. Now select Tomcat 9. Copy the tar file. Copy the link address. Go back here. wget. Paste here. Enter. Now it is downloaded. Once it is downloaded, now what we can do? ls. Now tar space -xvzf space Apache Tomcat. You can give the package name. Enter. So now it is untar, right? Untar. Now if you check ls, look at here. cd Apache Tomcat folder, ls cd bin directory, ls ./shutdown.sh ./startup.sh. So up to here we already performed, right? While working on S3, while working on AMIs in AWS, we performed this activity, right? Now Tomcat started here. Look at here, everyone. Tomcat started, right? Once Tomcat is started, now what we can do? Copy the server IP, public IP. Go to browser. Paste here, /8080 is the port number. Now we're able to access Tomcat. right? Tomcat is accessible. Now, so Tomcat is running on 8080, Jenkins is running on 8080, right? So both the servers are running on the 8080 port number, right? So once we integrate Tomcat with the Jenkins, definitely we'll get the conflicts, we'll get the issues. That is why what we have to do, we need to modify the Tomcat port number. Tomcat port number should be modified, right? We need to update. How can we update this? Okay. Now go back to the console here. Now what we can do, cd space dot dot ls cd conf directory, configuration directory, ls here. Now vi server.xml. Open this file. Now go down here. There is a connector port. Look at here. Insert. Here we can modify the port number. In place of 8080, we can give 8090. Escape, save and quit. Now, what we can do, once we save this, make sure the service should be restarted. cd space dot dot. Now ls cd bin directory ls dot slash shutdown dot sh dot slash startup dot sh. Now service started. Once we start the service, right? So go back to the browser, refresh here. This will not be accessible because port number has been changed, right? So what we can do here, we can modify the port number here. Now we are able to access. Now we are able to access. Clear, right, everyone? Yeah. So now Tomcat is ready. So Tomcat is ready. So once Tomcat is ready, what we can do? We need to access the Tomcat Manager app. We need to access the Tomcat Manager app. Click on this. Now we are getting 403 access denied. 403 access denied. So why we are getting this? Why we are getting this error? Because of there is a context.xml file. In this, some errors are there. Few errors are there. Look at here. So by default, the manager is only accessible from the browser running on the same mission as Tomcat. If you wish to modify this restriction, you will need to edit the manager app, right? So manager context.yml, sorry, context.xml. So this file should be modified. This file should be edited. So we need to fix the errors in this file. How can we fix the errors? So this file is located in the Tomcat server, but where it is located, we don't know. Where it is located, we don't know. The path, we don't know. So how can we check that? How can we get that file? The file is located in which path, we don't know. How can we get that file? Anyone? By using the find command, we can search the file, right? So by using the find command, we can get the file, right? Now, go back to console here. Right. So now I want to find this file. How can I find this file? Find space slash space hyphen name space file name context dot xml. Look at my screen. So these are the files available. I just want to show you clearly. Sudo space hyphen I. Go back here. Now what I will do, I want to search that. I want to search the file which is find space slash space hyphen name space context dot xml. Look at it. So these are the 5 files. These are the 5 paths available. So these are the 5 paths available. In these paths, there is a context.xml. In that context.xml file, there are errors that we need to fix. The errors should be fixed, right? So how can we fix the errors? Now, First path, you can copy this. Vi paste. Yeah. So first path you can copy and paste here. Here there is no error, Andy. No errors here. In this first path, no errors. Okay. So now what we can do? Yeah. So go to second path, second one. Yes. Here we have some errors that we need to fix, right? So there is a value class name. This should be disabled. Value class name should be disabled. Value class name is available here. That should be disabled first. Okay. How can we disable this? Yeah. So here to disable this, what we can do, insert less than exclamatory mark hyphen hyphen, go to end of this line. Now space hyphen hyphen, close. Okay. Escape, save and quit. Now it is disabled. So next path, third one. Same way here also value class name is there. Insert less than exclamatory mark hyphen hyphen. Close this. Fourth one. Same way here also. Insert less than exclamatory mark hyphen hyphen. Here also can close. Escape, save and quit. So last one. Value class name less than exclamatory mark hyphen hyphen, close. Close. Escape, save and quit. Right? Yeah. So once we modify this, what we have to do? We need to restart the service. CD Apache Tomcat folder kalandi. ls here. CD bin directory. Now here we need to restart the service. /shutdown.sh /startup.sh. So this we already discussed, and we call startup.sh, shutdown.sh. We discussed in the beginning, right? In the AWS. That is why I'm moving a bit faster. Okay. So in the initial AMS concept, in the AMI concept, we discussed already this. Tomcat, how can we start, stop, right? Yeah. So now service restarted here. Service restarted. So once we restart the service, go back to the browser. Now remove this manager/HTML. Now enter this. Now click on manager app. Now if you click on this manager app, what will happen? It will not give any error, Andy. It will ask you to log into the console. Look at here. Now it is asking you to log into the console. So we need to give the credentials here. We need to give the credentials here, right? Yeah. So credentials, what credentials, which credentials we can use here? We don't know the credentials, right? So that is why what we can do, we require user here. That is why I prepared some scripts here. I'll show you that scripts. Look at my screen, everyone. Yes, look at my screen. So these are the scripts I prepared. These are the scripts I prepared. So these scripts we need to copy paste into the server. So here I prepared the credentials. Look at here. Tomcat secret, deployer, admin. So these credentials you can use. The scripts you can copy, go back to the server. Here what we can do, cd space dot. So come out from this bin directory. Now ls here, cd conf directory. Now here what we can do, ls, there is a tomcat user.xml file. There is a tomcat user.xml file. Vi tomcat user.xml. Go down here. Yeah. So insert. Here we need to paste the credentials. Here we need to paste the credentials. Right. So this scripts you can copy and paste here. Right. So now these are these scripts pasted here. Right. Now what we can do next step. So here should not give the spaces, Andy. We should not give the spaces. Only one space we need to give. Only one space. If you give more spaces, what will happen? We'll get the issues and errors. That is why we need to remove the spaces. Escape, save and quit. Now we save this, right? So once we save this, what we have to do? We need to restart the service. CD bin directory. Now ls./shutdown.sh ./startup.sh. Now service started. Tomcat started. Once we start the Tomcat, so after that, what we can do, go back to the browser. Now here you can log in. Log in using this credentials, Andy. Look at here, everyone. This credentials you can use. Tomcat and S3 CRET, secret. So by using this Tomcat secret, we can log into the Tomcat server. So here you can give the username Tomcat, password S3 CRET, secret. Enter. Now I'm able to log in my server, Tomcat server. Clear, right, everyone? So Tomcat is accessible. We are able to access the Tomcat. So Tomcat is completely ready, right? Next step, what we can do? We can integrate Tomcat with the Jenkins. ఎలా integrate చేస్తాం? How can we integrate? Anyone? How can we integrate? ఎలా integrate చేస్తామండి? Integrations ఎలా చేస్తామా? Anyone? So if you want to integrate any tool with Jenkins, what we can do? We can install plugin required, right? Yeah. So go back to Jenkins. Now go back to the settings. Now click on plugins. Now available plugins. Search here plugin, which is So plugin name is deploy to container. Deploy to container. Look at here. Check this. Now ఎలా ఇన్స్టాల్ చేస్తామండి? Click on install. So now the plugin is installing. We are integrating now. Tomcat we can integrate with the Jenkins, right? So plugin is installed. Restart now. Check this box. Now the service is restarting. Jenkins is restarting. Yeah, Jenkins restarted, right? So log in Jenkins. So once we log in Jenkins, next step here is again go to settings here. Now go to credentials. Look at here. Go to credentials. Now click on add credentials. Not here. So click on system. System click చేయండి. Global click చేయండి. Here click on global. Click on add credentials here. Right? Username with the password. Okay. Select this. Next. Yeah, you can give the credentials here. Look at it. You can give the username, password, ID, description and all, right? So in the scripts, we already added the scripts, right? We already added the scripts, right? So we can use this deployer, for which we use the deployer. So we install the plugin. Now we are configuring. So for which we use the deployer. Okay. So now go back here, give the username, deployer, password also deployer. ID you can give tomcat logins. Just a moment. Deployer. Yeah. Tomcat logins. See, oh, why it is not taking? Okay, data breach. Okay. So go back to credentials one more time. Click on global, add credentials. Okay. Can give deployer. Now we can give tomcat. Here also can give tomcat. Okay. Create. Okay. Look at here. So credentials created here. Credential added here. Right? So tomcat credentials added. So once we add the credentials, next one, what we have to do, go back to the job, click on Jenkins. Now go to the job configure. Click on job configure, CICD project job configure. Now go down here, go down. There is a post build actions. Click on this. So now here we have deploy var ER to a container. Click on this. Now here, so we need to give the var ER path, var ER file path we need to give here. So we don't know the path, which path we need to give, right? So click on question mark here. Now take this extension. Okay, just copy this */* dot var. You can copy this and you can paste here, right? Once you paste this, now context path is not required. Now here what we can do, click on add containers. Now look at here. Here we need to choose the Tomcat version 9.x. Okay. So credentials, look at here. Tomcat credentials, we need to select here. So Tomcat URL also we need to give. Tomcat URL up to here. We can copy this and we can give here. Right. So go down here. So these are all not required. No need to change anything. Click on apply, save. Once you apply, save. Now, next step, what we can do? Yeah, go back to the Tomcat server. Go back to the Tomcat console. So this is, I think, yeah, it is timed out. Just a moment. This console is timed out. Now log in again. Yes. Sudo space -i. Clear the screen. All right. So once we configure the Tomcat, after that, what we can do? ls here. Go to Apache Tomcat folder. ls here. So in this folder, there is a web apps folder. Go to web apps folder, cd web apps, ls here. So in this web apps folder, we have 5 folders are available. Look at here. Root, docs, examples, host manager, manager. 5 folders are available in this. 5 folders, right? Now, what I will do, I want to trigger the job. I want to trigger this CICD job, CICD project job. Once I trigger the job, what will happen? So in this console, along with this 5 folders, one war file will be available here. Understanding it, everyone? When I trigger the job, the code will be pulled from GitHub to Jenkins and it will convert into artifact by using maven. It will deploy onto Tomcat. This is the Tomcat server, right? This is Tomcat server, right? Once I trigger the job, what will happen? War file will be deployed onto this Tomcat server. Now go back here. So trigger the job. Build now. The job is running here. Look at here. Job is completed, right? Second job is completed. Success. Success. Right? Now, LS shade of sorry. You can check the LS. Look at here. So here, war file is created right here. War file is deployed right here. The Tomcat. Everyone following, right? So you understand, right, everyone, what I'm doing here? Yeah. Once we trigger the job, Jenkins pull the code from GitHub to Jenkins, convert into war file. So by using the maven, deployed onto Tomcat server. Single job toti, we can perform all these activities. By using single job, we can perform all these activities. Understanding, right, everyone? Yeah. Fine. So once it is deployed onto Tomcat server, now we can access the application. Now we can access the Tomcat application. How can we access? Take the Tomcat URL. This URL you can copy, paste here, / shopping site web app. You can give like this. Look at here. Now we are able to access. Now we are able to access the application, Flipkart application. Understanding it, everyone? So whatever the code is available on GitHub, that code pulled by Jenkins from GitHub to Jenkins and converted to war file by using maven, deployed onto Tomcat. Now we are able to access. Understanding, right? Yeah. Now, so this code is available in GitHub, Andy. This code is available in GitHub. I'll show you that now. Go to GitHub. Look at here. So this is the simple web app, right? Click on src. Click on index.jsp. Look at here. So this is the code. This is the code. Tomorrow onwards, we'll start advanced tools, something. Look at here. Tomorrow onwards, we will start advanced tools, right? Same code is available right here. Right? So Flipkart shopping site. Shopping website, right? Flipkart shopping website, shopping site. So home, about, product, pricing. Flipkart shopping site, right? Same code is available, right? Now what I will do, I just want to modify this code here. Tomorrow, okay. We will start, okay. First we need to edit this, right? The code should be edited. Look at here. This code should be edited, for which what we can do. So click on edit. Yeah, we will start Docker tomorrow. We start tomorrow Docker tomorrow. Okay, so we'll start Docker tomorrow. Something. Okay, I just modified this code in the GitHub, right? Now click on commit changes. Commit changes, right? Now I go and trigger the job. Go to Jenkins. Now build the job. Build now. Now third job is started here. Third job is started. Now the third job is almost completing. Success, right? This job is success, right? Now go back and refresh here. What will happen? What happened? And whatever we modified on the GitHub, that is reflected right here. Right, fine. So normally we should not trigger the job manually. We should not trigger the job manually. So automatically Jenkins should trigger the job. For which what we have to do? Go to the job configure. Go to the job configure. So now go to poll SEM. Poll SEM. There is a option. Look at here. Poll SEM. Here we need to give the schedule. Every 2 minutes, job should be triggered. For which what we can do? There is a cron tab guru website. Go to this cron tab guru. These are the examples of cron jobs, right? Every 2 minutes, click on this. So first star is minute, second star is hour, third star is day, fourth star is month, fifth star is weekday, right? So first star is minute, right? First star by 2 means every 2 minutes. Copy this. Copy this. Go back to Jenkins. You can paste here. Click on apply, save. Apply, save. So once we apply, save, next what we can do? So I just want to modify the code in GitHub. Once I modify the code in GitHub, automatically Jenkins should trigger the job, right? So go to GitHub. Here I want to modify the code. So click on edit here. Edit. Now we need to modify this code, right? Yeah. So Flipkart giving offers. Flipkart giving offers till 31st March 2026. So Flipkart giving offers till 31st March 2026. Something I added here. Click on commit changes. Click on commit changes. So once we modify the code, look at here. So 3 jobs completed already. 4th job will be triggered. Look at here even. Next job will be automatically triggered. Look at here even. Once the code is modified in the GitHub, automatically Jenkins trigger the job. Look at here. Next job will be started. 4th job. First time it will take 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So later on, it will trigger immediately within a minute. Now the job will be trigger. So 4th job will be trigger here. Fourth job. Refresh here. Automatically trigger and just wait for a movement. So here, the GitHub. Okay, look at here. Job is started, right? Job is trigger, right? Port job is running. Right? Right. So now go back and check here, refresh here. This will be reflected. Look at here. Flipkart giving offers till 31st March 2026. Right? So one more time, I want to modify the code in GitHub. One more time. Edit the code here. Now go down here. Yeah. So year-end offers. Year-end sale offers. Year-end sale offers available till 31st March 2026. Year-end sale offers. Year-end sale. So normally March ending, they give year-end sale offer something, right? So click on commit changes. Commit changes. Automatically, Jenkins should trigger the job here. So in the GitHub, we modified the code. Now Jenkins trigger the job. Look at here. Wait for 1 minute. Fifth job will be started. Fifth job will be started now. Look at my screen. So job is started, right? Fifth job. So automatically Jenkins trigger the job whenever changes happened in the GitHub. Now go and check here, refresh here. This will be updated. Look at here. Now it is modified. Okay. So here, what is happening here? Whenever changes happened in the GitHub, Jenkins automatically trigger the job, convert into artifact by using maven, deploy onto respective application server. Right? So that is fine. But here in the GitHub, we should not modify the code. In the GitHub, so we should not modify the code. But where we can modify the code? GitHub lo modify cheyakudani. Should not modify the code in GitHub. So that is why what we have to do, we need to pull the code from GitHub to local. Here we need to change we need to modify the code, right? Now what we can do, so this repository, we can clone into our local. Copy the repository, go back to create local workspace here, CICD, open this. Here you can open terminal, git bash, open git bash here, git init here. Now git clone repository URL, paste here, enter. Now it is cloning, right? Now if you check ls, look at here, there is a simple web app, cd, simple web app, ls, cd, src, ls, cd main, ls, cd, web app, ls, now vi index.jsp. Open this file. So this is our code, Andy. Look at here. This is our code, right? This is our code. Now what I will do, I want to modify this code. Insert. Now I want to modify this code. How can we modify this code? Remove this. Now we can give something like Docker and Kubernetes. Docker and Kubernetes are very poor tools. Okay. Something. Can be like this. Okay. Escape, save and quit. Now I save this code. Now git add space dot git commit -m commit message CICD. Now git push -u origin to master. Push this code. So once the code is pushed, automatically Jenkins trigger the job. So 5 jobs completed already. 6th job will be started now. Look at here, everyone. Next job will be started. 6th job. Automatically Jenkins start the next job because so changes happened in the GitHub, right? Changes happened in the GitHub. Look at my screen, everyone. Job started, right? 6th job started. Done. Job success. Now go back and check here, refresh here. Look at here. Kubernetes and Docker Kubernetes are very core tools. Core tools. Okay. Fine. Now, one more time, I want to change this code. One more time, I want to modify this code. For which, what we can do? Yeah, vi index.jsp. Now, I just want to modify one more time here. Click on I insert mode. Click on I insert mode. Now, tomorrow, we are going to start Docker container tool, right? Now, what I will do? Escape, save and quit. Now, git add space dot git commit -m commit message CICD 1. Now git push -u origin to master. Yeah, now I'm pushing the code to GitHub. Now go and check in the Jenkins. 7th job will be started now. Look at here, everyone. 7th job will be started. Next job. Look at here. 7th job is started. Done. 7th job is complete, right? Now what we can do, go and check here, refresh here. This will be updated. Code will be updated. Look at here. Look at my screen, everyone. So tomorrow we are going to start spelling. We are going to start Docker container tool. Okay, that is why it is not showing. Okay, so this is the way normally in real-time projects, developer modify the code in their local Git. Once development is completed, they push the code to GitHub. Once the code is pushed to GitHub, Jenkins take the code and convert it into artifact by using maven and deploy onto respective application server. So this is a real-time activity, real-time project only. So make sure everyone practice this. I provide you this document. So in this document, all the steps are there. Tomcat configuration steps. You can configure your Tomcat and you can add these credentials to Tomcat and you can practice this. This is a very, very important project and real-time hands-on project. Every project in every company, they're using Agile. In Agile, we require CICD. Fine. So make sure everyone practice this. If you are facing any issues, if you are facing any challenges, right? So make sure everyone take the screenshot and post into the group. Fine. Any questions and anyone? Anyone having any questions here? Anyone having any questions here? Fine. So we can stop here. So make sure everyone practice this. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can post into the group the screenshot so that I give you solution. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Thank you all.